What's up, YouTube? We're back at it at 10 in the morning now. We just sizing up the engine bay. Let's decide to clean it up just a little bit, you know, blow it out real quick so we can see what we're working with. Now, let's get to the motor. So you guys saw from the previous video, we got ourselves a 4G63. 4G63 has an automatic trans, wiring, ECU, but it's a whole full long block, even with the accessories. Now it's time to take off the accessories and see if we can fit it up nicely inside the car. Once we do that, I can get a clear, you know, shot of how it would look and, you know, be more confident with this build. So let's go ahead and start pulling it apart, right, Mike?
You ready?
Yeah, man, I'm ready. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
YouTube, are you ready?
Let's hope they're ready. Just sit there and watch. Alright guys, we officially got the transfer case and the automatic transmission off. Let me just put this away, get a good view. You guys get a good look at this. So, this is the bare 4G63 now. Well, obviously it still has the accessories on it. But man, this looks amazing. This looks amazing. We took off the AC compressor and the power steering, so now we can remove this bracket and this pulley as well. Hopefully it's not, you know, part anything, but it looks like this bracket could just come off. And we're going to obviously get a smaller belt, custom made, or just whatever size is going on. You can see this little baby turbo right here. Look at this. This is nice. No shaft play whatsoever. This thing is hard. She spins, she spins, she spins. What's that, TD05? I think it's TD05. I don't know. I'll do my research again, but don't really care for this turbo. But yeah, spinning it alongside the backside of the motor. The rear main seal looks good. You always want to check that. Feels nice and firm. And there's no leaking. There's no oil leaks around here. This looks like factory Mitsubishi sealant. I don't think it was open. It doesn't look like it was ever opened. But yeah, it looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. This plate, I have to buy another one because, or I can just grind this off. Actually, I don't think I need to buy a new plate. Well, this dowel pin is kind of mangled a little bit here from all the hits and shit. But I don't know. I'll see if I can salvage this plate. If not, I'll just buy a new one. It's like 20 bucks anyway. Yeah, moving along this side. See the temperature, all that stuff. Okay, this is actually looking pretty good. Now it's like 10 times lighter. Also, the starter looks good too. So 2 sensors I do need to buy. I don't know if I'm gonna reuse this on the new intake manifold, but if not, this sensor is kind of expensive. It's like 100 bucks for that shit. I'll see if I can get it used somewhere. That and the map sensor, but the map sensor I definitely don't need, so I don't care about that. It's just startup position sensor I would like to have. It's better for tuning, I believe. Well, you need it for tuning. Intake manifold has this little bracket here. If you guys never seen this side of the 4G63, this looks like some kind of crank sensor of some sort, which is over here. I forgot where the plug is. Oh, there it is, right here. Just unplugged it. Along the side with the alternator plugs, alternator and battery plugs, so that's not bad. Yeah, this motor looks good. Looks really good actually. We're going to be removing this so we have a nice clean front face of the motor. I wonder what you have to do to remove that. Hopefully it just comes off easily. Or like there's like a little block off plate for it I can get. Take that off. Something was on here and it broke. Don't know what that was. But yeah, now it's time to size it up in the car. Let's pull this bitch. Alright guys, we got the engine and this is more or less where it's gonna sit, but more or less far back, because if you was to see how far we have from the shaft to the crank, it's a pretty big difference. It's about a good distance, because the clutch is going to come about like 3-4 inches off of that, and then that's going to engage with it. So yeah, we're going to be back a good foot actually. So this whole clearance is not going to be that bad. We'll still have a hood, don't worry, we'll still have a hood, because this is definitely not clear. You see that shit? I didn't even notice that. Yeah, that's definitely not clear. Oh yeah. But yeah, this is the first look. The 4G63 inside the engine bay. This is more or less what it's gonna look like, honestly, just more far back a little bit. The clearance we got with the oil pan is actually really good-ish. So seeing that we're going to have to push the engine back. If you guys know that the steering rack mounts in front of this subframe of the whole subframe crossbar thing, so we might I don't know, we might be doing a custom setup with like rails and whatnot. We might make a whole new cross member out of tubes and whatnot. A whole new, that'll be not bad actually. That'll be pretty, it's more work, but we'll make it work. All right, so next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take this out, put it up on the stand, take off what we need to take off, and then come back to the car, remove that subframe cross member and the sway bar, and then try and get the crank to mate up with the Porsche torque tube, and then that's gonna be the final seating position. So let's get started. 4G63 inside. All right, guys. Thanks to the help of Mike.
Don't worry about it.
Engine hoist, engine stand. Well, that really did not much. And the dollies from D. We got this shit in the spot where it's going to almost stay. Just a tiny bit. Probably move back a little bit more, but I'm actually kind of scared because this little coolant housing, I had to flip around. If you guys know in a 4G63, the hose goes that way. So I saw that you can just unbolt it, flip it around this way. After that, there's not really much clearance. So might make a little bit bigger bell housing, but it all depends on the spacing between the clutches and whatnot, which you guys will see later, what I go with. But you can see the clearance on both sides. This will be the turbo side. I can tell that brake booster is gonna have to go. And on the intake side, we're all clear for takeoff over here. Honestly, you know, you can do what we want over here. Yeah, lots of things will be dressed up on this engine, like this. All right, and just like that, it looks 10 times better. All right, so we're gonna be dressing up this motor really, really nicely for it to fit in the bay. But as you can see, it's really nice and leveled. Depending on, well, once I move that, I have space for all of, and I can get the craziest looking manifold ever.
Yeah, this definitely has to go.
Yeah, once that gets minimized, or probably even deleted, even who knows if I just want hard brakes for the rest of my life. The intake manifold is going to be amazing on this side. We're gonna do some with the cams because these shits is ugly, dude. I don't know, I don't understand the purpose behind this, but yeah, it's gonna be deleted and look a lot better. As you can see, when it gets some nice cams in here, you're not gonna be using the stock cams, especially if you want to run like 500 horses off tap with this. Looks like the belt's a little bit stretched out as well, but yeah. Yeah, we're gonna dress up this motor nicely, but this is the shot. This is what it's gonna look like when you pop the hood of BGP, the 4G63 Porsche, the 944 Evo. This is gonna be amazing. It's just gonna be amazing. Sheesh, man. What do you think, Mike?
I'm excited.
Excited?
I can't wait to dress it up, get started. I just can't wait for that first startup. Once we have everything, you know, dialed in, put on it.
Oh yeah.
Can't wait.
Alright, so the next video we're going to be installing all of the parts that you will be seeing on this engine, because I need to take accurate measurements of all of this stuff. So the best way to do that would be to introduce my clutch, intake manifold, exhaust manifold, and see if I have any extra money. I'll throw in some nice cam gears as well. Same time, change the timing belt one time with that. Yeah, and I have to figure out the belt situation, because this is the water pump, and then the way this is gonna run, it's kind of tight. So maybe if I can get a water pump pulley with like ribs on it, that would be perfect. Or if not, I'm gonna have to install one of the pulleys back on this side so we can run across, boop, 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 like just like that. So lots of things, lots of ideas. So it's the first step, honestly. It's the first step. So don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Never forget.
Never stop modifying.
All right.
Be a monster.